Hey guys, it's Shawn Ziem, the host for the Webtalk Legends. I hope today I'm not on mute. I was on last week. I had the mute button for a little while, but I'm going to make sure that we are providing some value. You're going to hear some stories from a good friend of mine. And for those that are in Webtalk, make sure you are sharing these videos, making sure you are engaging, make sure you are, hashtag live on their live, hashtag replay on the replay. And if you are interested in being a guest on the Web Talk Legends podcast, please reach out to me. Love to have each and every one of you provide some value and continue to grow this amazing platform. So let me bring on a great friend of mine, John Casillas. How are you, my man?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Thanks
Good
for tuning in.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Supposed to
man.
be like 75 today.
It's gonna be. I'm over this whole winter, and we have people watching from all over the world. So this winter has been crazy, and I'm in New Jersey. Where are you at, John?
I'm in North Carolina, where it can be winter literally one day and the middle of summer the next. It's
And what about the driving down in the Carolinas? Not the greatest driving, right?
well, it's okay. People drive okay here. The one thing I can go on and on about this is snow. They get a quarter inch of snow and stores will shut down, schools will shut down. And I'm from New York. I'm from Long Island, where we get like 3 feet of snow. You dig yourself out and you go to work.
Yes, yes.
Down here, you have 4x4 trucks. You've got a lot of like big farm equipment, big farm tires, big off road tires. How are you in a ditch with a quarter inch of snow? So as long as it's not snowing, it's okay.
Yeah, it's something that you deal with, you get through. And
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking some time out today. I want to get started. I want you to please share with us who you are and what you do, and we'll get into our little conversation today.
Okay. Who I am? I am a Army vet. I did 7 years, 9 months, basically 8 years, but it's weird the way the military counts that stuff. Um, I did National Guard mostly, active guard, one tour in Iraq. I'm the father of four daughters, 18, 17, 14, and 6. Um, of course, the minute I get on, my puppies in the background start barking, so I apologize for that.
No, no worries.
Um, I run a finance consulting company, basically a brokership. I don't like using the word broker because I find that brokers have a different mentality than a consultant. I'm more of a I'll tell you not to do a deal if it's not going to work out, or if the numbers don't work out, or if I don't think you're ready for it. Um, People get pissed off at that, but I've been doing this on the commercial side since 2009, so I've seen stuff hit the fan, and 2008 whole meltdown, that whole deal. Um, so I'm much more of a consultant than I am a broker on that end. Husband, we've been together. Me and Jessica, my wife, been together 15, 16 years. As a typical husband, I can't remember. Um, yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm born and raised in New York, live in North Carolina. My wife just became a teacher. That's a big deal in our house. She literally just graduated in December. I'm very proud of her. She got a job right in January, so it was she did well. I mean, I know you asked about me, but like me, my family's me, so it's
Man,
kind of
that's you worked 100%. It's all of us, right? It's everything
yeah,
together. So yeah, you can't forget anybody for sure.
yeah. So, I mean, I can go on, but the short version, I've been in real estate basically since I was 17 as a cold caller for a cousin who now is a partner in my firm. He's 12 years older than me, Joel Casillas. Shout out to Joel.
Joel.
Um, he hired me at 17 to be a cold caller. It took me about 3 weeks to figure out he makes a crap ton more money than I do, and I should be doing what he's doing. That was for a company called Novastar. I believe they went out of business in 2011. They were a residential mortgage. This is before NMLS. This is before. So I was that guy. Hey, I can save you 4% on your on your mortgage, and click. I'm doing 800 phone calls a day.
I don't want to cut you off, but you
No.
talked about being in the military, right? So
Yeah.
how did first off, why did you go into that route? Why did you go into the military? And I appreciate you doing that. And then how were that time that you went through, how did it prepare you for now?
Okay. Being perfectly honest, how do I put this? I was associated with not very nice people, groups of people, never part of a gang or anything like that, just very well connected as a child, as a kid, 16, 17, thinking you're a grown-ass person. At 20 years old, I got my then ex-girlfriend pregnant. Obviously, we were together when that happened. I was already getting into physical fights, several times got shot at, doing stupid stuff. And it sounds really like a commercial, but I swear this is how it happened. I'm a nerd. So I'm a reader. Right now I'm reading like one book a week. There was a time where I was reading 3 or 4 books a week. Because I'm not a TV watcher. I'm a nerd. I've always been a nerd. So the library was my happy place. So I get out of the library, public library, Central Islip, and there was a public bus that comes down that block. I remember like it was yesterday. And on the side of the bus, it was Be All You Can Be or an Army of One or whatever their logo was at the time, or their saying was at the time. And I thought, well, I'm already getting shot at. If I die here, my kid doesn't get anything. She was still pregnant. She was like barely 3 months pregnant. And at the time, I think it was like $400K for the life insurance policy for the military. I was like, all right, free school, $400,000 life insurance policy. What I'm doing now is stupid. I'm about to be a dad. I need to grow the hell up. Okay, might as well. And I literally just started calling recruiters in the area. Hey, what can I do? What can I get? And I took the ASVAB in high school because it was like 3. You got 3 classes you got to skip while taking the ASVAB. So I was like, wait, I can take 3 classes and take this test? Sure. So I knew I could pass it, right? So I was like, yeah, all right, let's do that. And I called the Army and the Air Force, and I knew I didn't want to be a Marine. I have great friends that are Marines, but that's just not me. And the National Guard gave me a better rank, and rank in the military equals money and power. So I joined the National Guard.
That's awesome. That's very awesome. And I love the story and how, transparent you're being, and the environment that you grow up in is not always the thing you have to stay in. Like you just said, you made a decision. You grew up, you had a situation, your ex-girlfriend was pregnant. Now you have to decide, how am I going to make a freaking life out of something right now? Because the way I'm going is not going to be that way. And you did that. And
I mean, that's credit, even though my father didn't know at the time. Well, I didn't think he knew. That's a whole nother story. That's credit to see my dad.
Yeah.
My dad, I grew up in an old-fashioned family. My mom stayed home. My dad took care of the family. He did, if you took 3 jobs, if you had to take 3 jobs to take care of the family, that's what you did. If you could make it from the bedroom to the bathroom, you went to work. Doesn't matter if they sent you home, right? But you went to work. They were sending you home because you're puking or sick or whatever, but you're going to work. So when it hit me, I saw the sonogram picture. I remember the day. I saw the sonogram picture. She shows me her sonogram picture, and that's the day it hit me. This is for real. This, excuse my language, but it's the only way I can put it. This shit just got real.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw the sonogram picture, that 2 weeks after, maybe 2 weeks after. I mean, it's been 18 years, so I don't want to say exactly. But that's what hit me. I have to be a dad like my dad's been a dad. And that means I need to stop doing stupid stuff. And that means if I get hurt or I get killed, she needs to be able to be taken care of. That's the job as a father for me. That's the job of a dad, even at that age, at 20 years old. And I didn't know what I know now, obviously. But that's big. The mentality was instilled in me because of what I saw from my dad.
You always have experiences that you either take and you let it come into your brain, you digest, and then you take action. Then there's others, it just goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
And it's just something that we as human beings have to do more of that. And I love the people that are jumping in right now. I want to shout out Scott Gerard, Rising Entrepreneurs. The CEO of Webtalk Legends is here. Miss Cosma is here. Joanna talked about she's been a teacher for 17 years. And she was congratulating your wife becoming a teacher.
Thank you.
It's appreciate if you guys have comments for us, drop it below, #live on the live, #replay on the replay. Now, with this word, I've been really toying back and forth with different shows that I have, and I like the word leverage. How important is leverage to you with your family, life, business, etc.?
Leverage is important. I think what I've learned with my family, and it's still a growing process, right, is time blocking with leverage. Leverage is important. It's the reason. Okay, so Joel's a partner in my company now. We're making it like paperwork official as we speak. But Joel's an operator. Okay, I'm a visionary. And I hate when people call themselves that, but my brain, I have ADHD, legit. And my brain, I have shiny object syndrome. I love something, I'm in it for 6 months. I can do it for 15 hours straight a day. But once I figure it out, my brain goes, all right, what's the next problem to solve? Where Joel, love the man, he is not that built like that. He's spreadsheets, he's operations, he's SOPs, he's right. So when you say leverage, the easiest way I can explain it is Joel.
Mm-hmm.
We had this conversation literally yesterday or the day before. I bring him in because I'm not him.
Yes.
So I leverage his thought and the way he breaks things out. And we've done business together for years, right? He brought me in at 17 just as a cold caller. So we've done business. We know we can work with each other. So that's good. But what he brings to the table is what I don't have. And what I don't have is patience to do the daily spreadsheet stuff. That's just not me.
Right.
You have a puzzle to solve? Let's solve it. The minute it's no longer a puzzle, I am bored. Right? So that's the way I look at leverage. The time blocking is simple. When the easiest way to put it, when I'm at work, I'm 100% at work. Right? Like right here, I'm in this conversation. There's a bunch of stuff happening in the background.
Right.
They can figure that out. When I'm at home with the family, I don't think about work. I've had people do $500,000, $1 million deals with me. If I'm playing with it doesn't matter if I'm time with my 18-year-old when I go to New York, or it's time with my 6-year-old. $1 million deal comes on the phone, and I'm with my 6-year-old, my 18-year-old, my 14-year-old, whoever. They can kick rocks. I'm with my 6-year-old.
Yes.
Right? And the people that I like working with and that continue to work with me understand that. The first conversation I have is, hey, I will answer the phone at 10 o'clock at night. I will answer the phone at 12 if I'm awake. I don't care unless I'm spending time with my kids. I'm spending time with my wife. Just like I won't answer the phone or switch over. You're on the phone with me. Phone rings. I'm not switching over. I don't care who it is. The conversation's with you. So it's leverage with time blocking and being 100% wherever whatever you're doing, wherever you're at. If I'm playing, I'm the father that is the easiest way to put it. My wife had, and she hates the story, but my wife used to have these Tinkerbell pants, and they were like that sleeping, sleepwear
light fabric.
basically. Yeah, light sleepwear fabric. I'd wear that in the middle of anywhere. I don't care. You know, my kids know that every time they graduate or they get a certificate, I'm the father that embarrasses them.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
Yep.
Yeah. Everybody's like, please wait till the end. I'm not the wait till the end guy. So I don't know. Leverage is important with the right team and the right people. Time blocking is everything to me. Because I used to be the other guy. I used to be the guy who, when I was at home, I wanted to be at work. I was still thinking about work, and I work from home, so it's. But when I'm working, and when I'm at home chilling, I'm chilling. The two don't mix.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. A lot of people are making some comments. Being present in the moment from Joanna. It's fantastic as far as keeping kids first, and I agree with you. Like, I will do the same thing. I will answer the phone if I'm with my kids, and you hear my kids in the background. I have a 1, a 3, and I have a 15-year-old. I'm a girl dad, just like you, and my wife's like, "Oh, do you want to have another one?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't.
No. I've got 4. The last 2 were trying for good boys. God was like, no. It's that saying. You want to hear God laugh? Tell him your plans. So no, I'm done. We might eventually. We thought about adopting, so we might adopt a boy eventually.
That was a conversation recently as well.
But
and,
no, I make girls.
I even have a girl dog. I am all surrounded, which I love. I love my girls. But I'm surrounded, and that's why I make sure I do some manly things too.
I live with 3 of my daughters. My oldest lives with her mom. My service dog is a female greyhound. I have a female cat, and I have 2 puppies that my kids got are both female. They're sisters.
It's like you're a brother. I swear to God, we're brothers, man.
I'm done. I got nothing. I don't. We don't even vote in this house. I'm just like, yeah, okay, fine.
It's like whatever you want to do. It's like it's like you want a certain color, and then what's funny about colors, and this is even completely. And I have these conversations. I don't know if it's a male female thing, but there's colors in my mind. I have blue, red, green. They
Black.
have it's like
Pink,
different names to
blue.
These colors. Yeah. Like, are you serious? Like, it's blue. No, but it's got to be this kind of blue.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It's
my
something
18-year-old learned her colors through nail polish. I'm the dad. I know we were just talking about history. I'm the dad who's gone to work. I've had jobs, right? Not very often, not very long. I'm not a very good employee.
That's why you're an entrepreneur.
Yes. Yeah. I can't deal with people who don't use common sense. But I'm the dad that has gone to work or has gone to a meeting or with makeup on and nail polish on, and yeah, I'm a girl dad. It is what it is.
And there's things that we all do. We want to be mentors, so they're looking at us as far as their dad, but also learning things and watching the way we act with our significant others, and how we are as a worker, and how we react when bad things happen, because life sucks sometimes, and we go down some crazy paths. Like my 3-year-old Natalie, she had a liver transplant May 10th of 2019. Like,
I follow you. Yes,
and we talked about this, and people are like, "What?" And we talk about how amazing that process went, and how beautiful and how healthy she is now. She just had a major thing a couple of months ago, just to repair her portal vein, and they had to reopen her up again, and it was something that it's scary as hell. And we were praying, and we had a lot of support system, and my wife and I are very strong together. But it's something that, and then we shared it on social media, and people are like, "Why would you do that?" I'm like, "Because people go through shit every single day, and no one wants to talk about it."
No, everybody wants to show their highlight reel, but nobody wants to show how they got to the highlight.
Yes,
he's an overnight success. No, he's not. He's been working at this thing for 10 years.
Oh, he was lucky, or she was lucky, right? It's they get all this thing. No, you know how much work things go. You have to put now. Right now, we're working 90 days, 66 months from now. What we're doing right now. People don't realize it, and they don't realize the long-term goals and the long-term outlook you have to have. Like, I'm always just like you.
It's always costing you something.
Yes.
If you don't think it's costing you something, it's probably costing you something personal.
Right. Right.
And again, I'm one of those people where I get hyper focused. I got the ADHD, I get hyper focused. So it's something I had to learn, right? And my wife years ago was like, listen, you need to fix something or this isn't going to work with us because yes, I understand you're a worker and you run a business and you're bringing stuff in, but we need time. Your kids need time. It's not 15 minutes here and 10 minutes there. They need to know you're around.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so it's costing you something. Whatever you're doing is costing you something else. You're watching TV, it's costing you information from a book. You're reading a book, it's costing you time with your family. It's costing you something.
Yes. And a lot of people worry about, and they're materialistic or they want to make more money, but then they're like, I'm never around my family. And I want to be around my family. I work to have a life. I don't live to work. And that's where people flip flop those things. And that's not, and you talk to the employers and they're like, oh, they never want to work. No, you're the ones that they live to work. The employees should want to work, but also want to work so they can live. Like I'm a full-time teacher, 20 years. This is my 20th year. And I have my business and I have podcasts I run. And people are like, how do you have time to do all this? And it goes back to leveraging what we're doing with our time. If you're not leveraging it properly, I have a team that helps me, my insurance business. I focus my day with my kids. When I have my kids, work with work, just like you. It's a powerful, important thing to make sure that we're consistent with it. Now, here's a question, and I get this all the time. I asked you if you wanted to come on this podcast, and you're like, hell yeah. And granted, you did, you've done video before. We did some stuff in the past.
Mm-hmm.
We've collaborated, etc. But it's funny. I ask certain people, and they say, I don't know. I'm not ready yet. I have to lose some weight. I don't like the way I sound. All those fear words are coming out instead of just taking a chance. And how powerful is using video for you?
It's getting more and more important, honestly. I tried to do a 365, then I got COVID and I got sick, and I stopped, and I had to start over again. But it's more important because people, and it's a cliche, but people buy and people use people they like, know, and trust, right? And there's nothing besides face-to-face, besides physical face-to-face in the same space. There's nothing more readable than video. People can read your body language. People can read your tone of voice. People can read your physique, right? And for me, I just went to the gym 2 days ago, so this is as far as my arms go. But people can read your body and your tone and everything else like nothing else besides face to face, right? You can explain things visually, especially, we're in the 21st century. You're in New Jersey, I'm in North Carolina, and we're talking like we're in the same room.
Yes. Yes.
What other format does that with the same amount of information, both voice and body language and other things, because information's transferred multiple ways, right? You can't do that with text. How many times have you texted somebody and you're thinking it's a happy conversation, and they call you or they text you, what the crap are you talking about? And you're going, wait, what? I didn't say anything wrong, but they read it wrong because their state of mind, they just got into an argument with their wife or their partner or their employee. They bring the state of mind into the text or into the reading, where video is what it is. So it makes things easier for me.
I agree, and it is easy. And then people say, "Well, It goes back to, oh, you look like you know what you're doing." I'm like, I've been doing this since 2018. I started with doing one video a week, then I went to one every Thursday, then I did one every couple weeks, a couple a week, and then now I do consistently a few times, sometimes a day. Depends on what's going on. And the going live is a powerful thing, even with your Facebook. If you go on Facebook and going live, it's something that if you did it every single day, hey, it's Shawn Ziem. I'm at my office. I'm going to be in the office from this time to this time. If you need any help, please give me a call. Do that every single day when you're outside your office. People are like, why would you do that? You're now in someone's feed every single day. You're reminding them what they do, what you look like, and that you're ready to help. You're not just, there. And it's part of it's free. This is free. We're actually changing lives and talking and engaging with other people as well. Why not get involved with it?
Yeah, I don't see why not, honestly. And I'm old fashioned, right? And you were talking about how the military, you asked the question, I never answered it, how the military prepared me for life now. And one of the biggest things was I did a tour in Iraq. We didn't lose any friends. I didn't lose any friends directly from my unit, but I lost friends from friends you make while you're there. And it's a little morbid to think about, but the easiest way I can think about it is what's the worst that can happen? I get on here, I say something stupid, it lives on forever, I need to correct it, I make another video, I correct it. You're either going to like me or you don't. You're going to click with me or you're not. I'm okay with either.
Yes.
My wife is good with me. My kids are good with me. We have a house. Everything's taken care of. Do we have our struggles? Absolutely. God almighty. Do we
Come
ever?
on. Yeah. Come on.
But as long as my kids are good, healthy, if I die, and again, the military, worst case scenario, right? So for me, worst case scenario is I'm dead, right?
Yep.
If I die and on my gravestone, he says he's an asshole, but he was a good dad.
Right.
I'm a happy dude.
Yeah. That's all we need. That's
I'm
all
a
we
happy
need.
dude.
Right. Yep.
So when you think that way, you want to jump on a video? Yeah, sure. Let me throw on a shirt. I mean, we knew this days beforehand, but I'm just saying, like, worst case scenario, what's the worst that's going to happen? The military teaches you, and it's something I saw on a TikTok yesterday, and I was like, that is so true. The military teaches you to run through scenarios from your experience and from your training real quick and choose the scenario that has the least likely chance to go sideways and do that. The likelihood is, and there's a military saying, no plan survive first contact. It doesn't matter how well you plan.
Yeah. People
Something's going to get screwed.
Yes. Yep.
So understand you're going to get screwed. And I don't mean by people. I'm just saying something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? We started this thing at 9:02. Why? Because I got on the computer at 8:45 going, I have 15 minutes. I'll be ready to roll. I had to switch computers and restart systems, and that was with a 15-minute window. Right? That's what the military teaches you. Think of the worst case scenario, figure out how to mitigate most of the problems of the worst case scenario, and do it anyway. Follow orders. Do what you're told. Do what you have to do. You don't have to like it. Another one, and I apologize for breaking you off.
No.
And military people will know this. Cops will know this. There's a saying, it's called embrace the suck. You embrace the suck. This sucks. Yeah, but we still have to get it done. So let's just do it. When you think that way over and over and over, it becomes part of you. And most of the civilian stuff, getting on video, getting into confrontation. I'm okay with confrontation. Whether it's good confrontation where I have to give advice or somebody's confronting me because I messed up. They're like, oh, I don't, people go, oh, I don't mean to hurt your feelings. No. If there's something wrong and I screwed up, you need to tell me I screwed up. And I don't need to hear about it 6 months from now. I need to hear about it right now.
Exactly.
So I can fix it. Screw my feelings. How do I improve? Tell me that. It's simple. It all comes down because of the military's think about what the worst case scenario, mitigate the worst case scenario, move forward.
Love it, man. Love it. It is so true. As far as confrontations, I want to make a point on this. If you're not good at confrontation, it's because you're not listening. If you listen, you'll know what's going on, then you process it and you can come back with an answer. A lot of people are always focused on what they're going to say right now in the moment instead of listening to somebody else. And this is something I've learned over many years, even doing this.
I'm going to cut you off real quick. They're not listening, and they're worried about how they feel.
Yes.
But I feel that that's not what I said. What I said was this. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you see it all the time.
No, and you said it earlier. What did you say earlier about being ADHD and
shiny object syndrome?
The shiny objects. I want to end on this, okay? And I'm glad you brought this up. And we went full circle. We went over lots of value. If you're just tuning in now, you're gonna have to wait until this thing uploads and replay it, because this stuff in here is golden nuggets. And shiny objects. A lot of people on the Webtalk Legends, or even Webtalk in general, are all about affiliate marketing, network marketing. A new project comes up, they jump on it. A new thing they're going to sell, they jump on it. Let's just finalize and go in and finalize our conversation on shiny objects. Why is that so difficult? Not just even ADHD people. It's everyone. It's something that is a problem that people have.
Because people don't want to put in the work that it takes. And it's a 2-part problem. 3-part problem, I guess. Quickly, people believe that there's a magic bullet instead of things take work. Newsflash, if you didn't know, things take work. People want to believe that, and it goes back to the kind of conversation we had before, an overnight success is almost never an overnight success. He did affiliate marketing, and I'm just using that one because I've done that, and I'm probably going to do it again. I enjoy it, but that's a whole nother issue. He's been doing it for 5 years. He's been doing it for 3 years. And now what you see or what you're being sold is his end result, right? So what you see is his end result. It's like that iceberg picture. What I see is the solution. What I don't see is all the crap that came before the solution, right?
Yep.
How did Titanic sink? The Titanic sunk because she thought it was this big. What she didn't see was under the water, and she went. That's why people fail. That's why people jump around. Well, this didn't work. Well, this didn't work. Well, this didn't work. No. Switch that over. You didn't work on it. It works. Because if somebody anywhere in the world, in the 21st century, in a worse position than you has made it work, then it works.
Yep.
The one that didn't work was you.
Exactly is what Joanna said, and we appreciate Joanna being with us today. John, this is a kick-ass conversation, man. Everyone that's watching, look at John's link down below. If you're on Webtalk, definitely connect with him, connect with me, connect with Scott Gerard. Check out webtalklegends.com. And thank you again, Scott Gerard. It's 1 a.m. He's going to go back to sleep right now. He is in Australia. So we have people all over the world watching us. And John and everyone else, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day.
Real quick. Yeah. Love Australia. I'd love to go, but it seems like everything there wants to kill you. So I don't get it.
We'll have to talk to Scott about that.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone.